When I talking about adventure motorcycle, first in my mind, Dakar Rally. All we know, the sad news of Dakar 2020, the Portuguese motorcycle rider Paulo Gonçalves died after a crash in Dakar Rally. Rest in peace, legend.
In this episode, all about lightweight and cheapest adventure motorcycle in the world. I am Portuguese and welcome to Talk.
The adventure touring motorcycle is a dual sport motorcycle that allows long range touring both on-road and off-road capabilities. Adventure tourers have high ground clearance, large fuel capacity, under-stressed engines for high reliability. They may have rugged GPS navigation systems, wire-spocket wheels with road-legal knobby tires, skid plates and tough metal panniers. Modified adventure tourers are sometimes used in gruelling rally events such as Dakar Rally. The first winner of the Dakar Rally did so on Yamaha XT 500.
It's common to assume that any so-called adventure is some kinds of Goliath in terms of capacity, bulk and price. After all, the most familiar machine in the category, BMW's top-selling R1200 GSA, Ducati's newly enlarged Multistrada 1260, KTM 1290 Super Adventure and even Britain's own Triumph Tiger are exactly that tall, heavy, imposing and due to of them being equipped with every electronic gizmo and accessory and imaginable price too. This motorcycle is built for all road and built for no road. The Royal Enfield Himalayan.
The Royal Enfield Himalayan is an Indian adventure touring motorcycle manufactured by Royal Enfield, premiering in February 2015 and launched in early 2016. Conceived by CEO Siddharth Lal as an adventure touring or dual sport motorcycle, the Himalayan differs considerably from the other motorcycles offered by Royal Enfield, most of which are various incarnations of Bullet utilizing the same frame and engine in terms of its chassis and powertrain. Pierre Turbulenci, formerly of Ducati and Moto Guzzi, among other companies, had a Royal Enfield design team during development of Himalayan. An early prototype was made in mid-2014, followed by more complete version in 2015. The vehicle was released in India early 2016, followed by release in international markets such as Philippines, Australia and the United Kingdom later that year. The export model different from the domestic in the terms of electronic fuel injection as well as ABS. But now domestic models have electronic fuel injection as well as ABS. Royal Enfield called the Himalayan the only motorcycle you will ever need. And the statement is surprisingly true. Mind you, it's not the only motorcycle you will ever want. But this thing will take you just about anywhere you want to go on two wheels. It's not fancy, it's not very fast, but it's that part of the Himalayan charm. 2019, Royal Enfield unveils the flat-track edition of Himalayan and it's called Himalayan FT411. The FT411 Himalayans have been developed in partnership with S&S Cycle USA, and Royal Enfield has said that minimal modifications were required to get the bike flat-track ready. No parts of the frame was cut, but the bike loses out on the front brake, headlight assembly, speedometer, airbox, front fender, the stock seat and its surrounding body panels. In its place, a lightweight fiber bodywork has been used. The FT411 also get custom bent pipe that leads to high-rise exhaust, 18-inch wheels with purpose-designed tires and change-in sprocketting. The Himalayan was praised for its good suspension and off-road ability, while some criticism was direct to the relatively low power output of the engine. The motorcycle also has longer interval between servicing and oil changes. The Himalayan has suffered some early production issues, as it has been noted that the quality of the parts is not up to the mark, and some users have filed lawsuits to their demand compensation or return the bike for a refund. Instead, the Himalayan is a clean sheet design and it's look like a real, honest to God adventure bike with less plastic and, in my opinion, more character than its bigger, more expensive competitors. The gauge cluster is stylish, functional and blessedly unlocked. This little dash has everything: speedometer, tachometer, clock, gear indicator, fuel gauge and even a compass. The compass might be little jinky, but I think it's cool. Overall, the layout is clear, easy to use and not too cluttered. The Himalayan is powered by a single-cylinder 411cc 4-stroke engine that makes 24.83 horsepower and 32 Nm of torque. Yes, those numbers are pretty low, but not bad for the sub-500cc motorcycle. It's pulled pretty well on the low end thanks to the nice long stroke and the overhead cam. It's when it gets up to higher speed that it starts to struggle. Personally, I think the Himalayan could use another cylinder. If it had just a little bit more power, it would have a lot of its versatility. Royal Enfield has new 650cc parallel twin, and I really hope that engine make it to the Himalayan. A twin would make it much better highway cruiser without compromising its convenience in the city or its ability of off-road. The Royal Enfield Himalayan is a fantastic little adventure bike when you take a step back and consider what it is. If you ride a Himalayan expecting it to be like a Triumph Tiger but smaller and cheaper, you probably be disappointed. If you saddle up exciting a fun little bike for the date or the street that is not very fancy, but also it's not very expensive, you would not be able to stop smiling on Himalayan. To me, an adventure bike is about two things: capability and versatility. It needs to be capable both on and off the beaten path, and the Himalayan has both of these qualities in spades. Whenever I took it off-road, I never felt like I was pushing it beyond its limit. It's always want me to go a little further and push a little harder, but my caution got the best of me. As for a street bike, I would gladly use this as city bike and for occasional and highway runs.
So Royal Enfield Himalayan is the cheapest and lightweight adventure motorcycle in the world. Thanks for watching. See you next video. Until then, ciao.